Guess what I have right here is the 2026 Lexus LC 500. But the big news is that I actually decided to buy one after all. After many months of speculation from you guys, I finally was able to get an allocation and purchase one. And you might think this is crazy, David. You had one back in 2024. You sold that one. Why did you buy again? Well, for a number of different reasons. But obviously, the most important reason is the fact that I really miss having the LC 500. I think it's unlike anything else out there. And I know this one is the last year, so it's going to become like a collector's item. So I wanted to try to get it. And for the longest time, I wasn't sure if I'm going to be able to get one. But Lexus Canada and James Patterson Toyota working together was able to get me allocation. So big thank you to Lexus Canada for helping me to actually allocate one and to find one for me. So it's got all the combination that I really wanted in the LC 500, which is the ultrasonic blue 2.0 color outside with a white and blue interior with a performance package. That's exactly what I wanted to get. So here it is. This car just arrived a few minutes ago, straight out of a truck. Nothing has been touched, nothing has been PDI'd. So all the original film is still on there. So let me walk around and show you what's going on. And then once they prep everything and once I finally take a delivery, of course, I'm going to talk about this car from bumper to bumper and tell you all about this particular version of the Lexus LC 500. For now, I'm going to take you right around the car and also inside and show you what the car looks like when you land it before you actually unwrap anything. And I'll show you the inside as well. So yes, I was finally able to get allocation for Lexus LC 500 in the final year, which is 2026. Super excited. It's finally here, just arrived. And I just want to show you what's going on in terms of how it looks like when it comes from the factory. So you can see the entire hood is covered with this film. Part of the fender is also covered, only the top part here, I guess, to prevent any kind of damage from the sky or from the truck. So a little bit of coverage here. Some more white film here by the door, just again, upper part only. A little bit by the door so you don't scratch your nail. A little bit on the edge here, so in case you open the door and you might scrape against something, so they got the film there. More filming here. A little bit of filming in the back. Not a whole lot. And then a whole bunch of package and protection inside as well. But I also want to show you this tag right here, which is a tag that comes from the factory. It tells you, basically the options that's on the vehicle, which is a performance package. It tells you where it's manufactured, which is a Motomachi plant, because this car is produced in a very special section of the Motomachi plant that's dedicated for LC production. And you guys know that I'm one of the very few media over the years who were given access to the factories. So I actually watched the LC 500s being built from scratch, and that was really eye-opening to see it, and how the workers, who are all veteran Takumi members, took their time to build it right. And so that kind of hand building, craftsmanship type manufacturing doesn't exist anymore these days, but that's what they do to build the LC 500. So really cool to see that tag over here. It shows not just the option, but where it's being built and so forth. Otherwise, you already know how the LC 500s are like. I purposely chose the model that's not Inspiration Series because of two reasons. The Inspiration Series does not have a variable gear ratio steering. Also, traditionally, was missing the four-wheel steering, but looks like for 2026, they added the four-wheel steering back to Inspiration Series, but it still doesn't have the variable gear ratio. Plus, I actually like the design of the LC without the Inspiration Series, because that particular special edition version have some canards in the front, and it's got some darkened trims, and I actually like the way this looks, exactly the way it is. So I chose to buy the non-Inspiration Series. I also chose to buy the coupe and not the convertible, even though convertible would have been great. But here in the West Coast, in Vancouver, Canada, we get lots of rain. Not much snow, but lots of rain. So there wouldn't be as much opportunity to take top down. And frankly, the coupe looks better. It's going to handle better because of the rigidity and the structural members, the way it's designed. It's going to always handle better for coupe versus convertible, mainly because of the fact that it's got a really high rigid body versus convertible, which loses out on the structural rigidity because of the open top design. There's a few other things I want to show you as well. I'm going to open the door and show you one more thing they made to 2026 in terms of change that most of you don't know, and I'll show you that as well. So I'm going to show you something else very interesting, which I don't think anyone really knows in North American market because no one talked about it, but they did talk about it in the Japanese media for a little bit, and that is the change they made to this door hinge. Now let me move the camera so you can see it better, and I'll explain to you why that's significant. So unless you owned the LC500 before, you wouldn't notice the difference, but this door latch is actually a different design from all the previous years. They made this part of the metal, the base metal, a little bit thicker. It's actually 1 millimeter thicker than before, and the entire thing is covered with a black coating. But this is 1 millimeter thicker versus before. It was thinner, and they had a plastic material on top. And the reason why this matters so much is that when this is thicker, it provides a more rigid mount when you close the door. And then there's actually a beam going through inside of the door and into the panel here, a structural rigidity beam that basically makes the whole car very strong and stiff. And that rigid beam runs from front all the way to back. And when they didn't have the newer version of this, and you close the door has a bit of a play, and it doesn't provide additional structural reinforcement to the vehicle. But with this new design, it does. It provides additional rigidity because now when you close the door, it's more rigid. And this 1 millimeter thickness, believe it or not, is enough to add additional rigidity that didn't exist before. And the beam that runs from beginning to the end here right through the door now are all connected and all rigid, and it will then stiffen the actual body, and it's going to translate to slightly different handling feel. It might not be noticeable for average consumer or on a regular street, but if you take it on a highway or go through some high-speed maneuvering or drive it on a track, you will notice it, as some of the Japanese media pointed out, because of the fact that additional rigid structure provides slightly more secure feel and translate to better steering input and response. So I would assume that it'll be very minor, but most people don't know that they made this change only for 2026, the last year. And it's a bit of an odd thing they did because it's a last year of production. Why did they bother making this one minor change? But apparently it's enough to make a difference, and I'll find out once I take a full delivery of this car. But I also want to show you what's happening with the inside. So as you can tell, all the wrappings are still inside. It's plastic here, plastic over there, plastic all over the place on the dash as well, and door seal. So everything is sealed and protected on the door also itself. And so everything is protected, not the rear seat, which is surprising, but because no one sits there, I guess, during the delivery. So once they begin to prep the car, which is at Jim Patterson Lexus, they'll remove everything and get it all sorted out. So I'm really excited about that. I'm not going to remove anything right now, but maybe I'll remove one thing from the car that's easy to do, which is the wheel protection. So I'll do that as part of an unwrapping process. And then, of course, I'm going to show you the engine compartment. So here we are, the beautiful 5-liter V8, the best and the most important aspect of the LC500. There's nothing else in the market that will give you the same feeling as the LC500, because this V8 combined with special exhaust give you that amazing sound, which I can't wait to show you once I take delivery. It's just a beauty. It's a work of art, even inside the engine compartment. I love the fact that the blue color is showing up a little bit here from a suspension mount here. But if you look at every single component, everything looks super, super well built. Honestly, it looks like something that's designed to be in a museum. It's so beautifully made. You got the strut here as well, big strut here. But just the overall design of how they put the V8 engine very cleanly nestled inside this hood is really, really, really amazing. Just so beautiful. And the V8 is the best and the only reason really why I bought the LC500. There may be some new iterations of LC that will come down the road, maybe 3-4 years down the road, maybe longer. It wouldn't have a V8, maybe you have a twin turbo V6, and I just didn't want that. I wanted the last of the naturally aspirated V8 engine because That's what makes this LC500 perhaps the most unique and the special vehicle you can buy in the market. So let me finish off by pulling at least one of the wrappings off so I can officially say I've unwrapped this LC500, and it's gonna go back into the back of the shop here where the Jim Patterson specialist will prep it for me, and I will be able to pick up this car in a very short time. And once I do, I'll give you guys more details of the LC500, but also kind of show you maybe some other stuff that you might not know, because sometimes when you drive the car for just a week or so, it's not obvious, but when you own it, you might notice something different. So can't wait to tell you more. For now, let me do the final unwrapping of the LC500. All right, so to finish off this video for the special delivery of the LC500, let me at least take one wrap off the car. So I'm gonna do that from the wheels, which is the easiest one to take off. There, I've removed the wrapping, at least off the wheel. Beautiful 21-inch wheels. The rest I'm gonna let the professional do it for me so it can be done right. And you'll be ready probably in a few days. And I'll tell you more about this special LC500 because I'm going to be looking forward to driving it every day. See you guys later.